Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to be able to put the lines on the graph. It says use Desmos to create a visual tool to help Mateo decide which gym membership to use. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I have actually worked out on paper how much it's going to cost for the first year. Now, one plan was 140, another one was 230, another one was 220. So I'm thinking that it would be good to make the axes go to about, maybe 500. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the little wrench thing, and I'm going to make my x-axis go from 0 to about, maybe we'll look at 2 years. So 2 years would be, we'll go to 30. And we're going to call this months. And our step will be 1 because we want to go up in 1 month lots. And for our y-axis, that's the one where I worked out that I would need to go from 0 to about maybe 500. We can always change this just by clicking on it anyway. And we'll make our step here, or maybe hundreds, maybe 50. And we're going to call this cost. And we're going to put in brackets dollars. Okay, so we're now ready to go with our graph. There it is. Okay, our first equation says that it's $10 per month and $20 a setup fee. So if I'm going to write that as an equation, I'm going to have to write y equals, now $10 per month is going to be 10 times the number of months plus a setup fee of $20. Okay, so that's my first one, my red one. My second plan, which was the basic, is $15 a month plus $50 setup fee. So I'm going to type in that equation. Y is $15 a month, $15 a month plus $50 setup fee. And there's my next equation graph there in blue. My third one is a little bit more tricky because it's $220 per year. So I'm going to write y equals 220. But that's only for the first year. So what we need to do is we need to say from 0 to 12 months is $220. So we go to this ABC tab, and this is how we do it. We get a curly graph, a curly bracket, and it's from 0 to 12. So in maths language, we're going to type in 0 is less than or equal to x, the number of months, which is less than 12. Now I'm figuring that once you get to 12 months, they're going to make you pay that. So I'm going less than 12. And we've got a wee step drawn there. Let's think about the next year. By the next year, it will have cost you $440. So I'm going to add that in as well. I'm going to type in y equals 440. 4, and I'm going to cheat by copying this. Why is $440 from 12 to 24 months? So we get another little step there. And that one, to be honest, looks quite expensive. Okay, so now we've got our little graphs drawn. Have a really good look at them. The red one is the lowest one. It costs the less. So that there is the cheapest. I think most people do want the cheapest. However, that one gives you access to, it does give you access to 5 locations. So it seems like quite a good deal. The blue one is more expensive. costs $50 to join, and it only gives you access to one location. And this $220 a year one, I think that for excellence, you could explore what it would cost if you moved up to 3 years and see when it does hit the blue line. Okay. Now, to find the point at which two lines cross over, if we click at the intersection, it'll show us. So what this means is that, say if you weren't interested in the red one, if you were not interested in that cheapest one, if you liked paying a lot of money, then the blue one and the green one are going to cost the same from 11 1/3 months. They're both going to cost $220. And in fact, just for another 2/3 of a month, this one would be cheaper. Then, of course, he jumps way up because you have to pay your next $220. So use your graph, really get familiar with it, and for excellence, you'll be exploring maybe a way of making a cost cheaper or when costs do become cheaper, and this clicking on the dot isn't sufficient. You'll actually have to be able to solve those equations, solve the simultaneous equations using algebra as well.